We often start with fireworks, a burst of energy, a grand plan, a promise to change everything starting Monday. And then, somewhere between the first burst and the second week, life happens. Motivation fades, discipline wavers, the spark dims, what the ancients understood, and what most of us forget, is that real progress was never about passion, it was about momentum. The illusion of motivation. Motivation is intoxicating. It feels powerful because it moves us instantly, but it's like a match. Bright, hot, and gone too soon. The sages, the artists, the athletes, they all learned the same truth. You can't build a steady fire with matches. You need steady fuel. And that fuel is consistency. Every ancient tradition, from martial training in Japan to yogic practice in India, revolved around rhythm, daily repetition that shaped both body and mind. It wasn't glamorous. It was mundane, quiet, sometimes boring. But it built something motivation never could: identity. Why small habits beat big goals? We live in an age obsessed with transformation. 30-day challenges, 10-step hacks, instant results. But transformation doesn't come from intensity, it comes from accumulation. The smallest repeated act compounds faster than the biggest burst of effort. 5 mindful breaths a day are better than an hour of forced meditation once a month. 10 push-ups done daily will shape you more than 1 painful gym marathon done out of guilt. Because consistency rewires your nervous system. Each repetition sends a message. This is who I am, and the body begins to believe it. Ancient practitioners understood this long before science named it neuroplasticity. They didn't wait for motivation to strike. They created their own rhythm, and that rhythm became devotion. The rhythm of daily practice. Think of your day as a song. Every note matters. When the rhythm is off, the music feels chaotic. When the rhythm flows, life feels effortless. You don't need a perfect routine. You just need a pattern you can repeat until it becomes your pulse. Wake with intention, not intensity. Move the body, not to sculpt it, but to honor it. Breathe consciously, not to escape, but to connect. Eat to energize, not to numb. This is health at its most spiritual level, the quiet commitment to consistency over drama. The science behind ancient simplicity. Modern research finally caught up with what the ancients knew intuitively. Your brain values repetition over novelty. Each repeated act reinforces neural pathways until effort becomes effortless. That's why consistency beats motivation. Motivation triggers dopamine. Consistency rewires identity. When you do something at the same time, in the same way, your body anticipates it. Cortisol drops, energy balances, focus stabilizes. The body stops fighting the habit and starts craving it. That's when change becomes natural, not forced. Why we resist consistency. Our resistance isn't laziness. It's fear of boredom. We've been trained to worship excitement and drama, but the wise knew boredom was the birthplace of mastery. When you move through the dullness of repetition, something remarkable happens. Your attention deepens. You begin to see subtleties in breath, posture, emotion, thought. That depth creates calm, and calm creates confidence. Consistency doesn't just build muscle, it builds presence. Momentum, the invisible force. Once momentum begins, it's like gravity. It pulls you forward with less effort. The hardest part of any practice is the beginning. After that, consistency starts to carry you. Momentum isn't about doing more, it's about doing regularly. It transforms struggle into flow and obligation into instinct. The key is to remove decision-making. Don't wake up and decide to work out. Wake up and begin moving. Don't decide to meditate. Sit, close your eyes, breathe. Action first, emotion later. That's the ancient order. The morning philosophy. For centuries, healers and teachers began their day before sunrise. Not out of superstition, but wisdom. The quiet hours carry clarity. There's less noise, less interference. Your morning routine doesn't need to be complex, it just needs to be sacred. Stretch your body. Drink water. Write one intention. Even 2 minutes of silence before screens can change your chemistry. You start the day as the master, not the responder. And that single shift changes everything. The power of micro-commitments. The mind loves to trick you into all or nothing thinking. If I can't do it perfectly, it's not worth doing. That's the enemy of consistency. Micro-commitments are the antidote. Promise yourself something so small you can't fail. 5 minutes, 1 page, 1 walk around the block. Perfection is a trap. Progress is a direction, and consistency lives in that direction. When motivation dies, routine rises. There will be days when you feel nothing, no spark, no will. That's where routine saves you. Because routine doesn't care about emotion, it honors commitment. The ancients never worshipped feeling, they worshipped follow-through. Every day you show up, despite the mood, you deepen your mastery. Every day you keep the promise to yourself, your mind learns to trust you again. And that trust is where real health begins. Not in the gym, not in the kitchen, but in your ability to keep your word to yourself. Energy before aesthetics. We often chase health for how it looks, not how it feels. But when you shift your focus to energy, everything changes. Eat to support focus, not appearance. Move to release tension, not guilt. Sleep like it's a sacred ceremony, not a chore. The ancient understanding of health wasn't about control. It was about harmony. Consistency in nourishment, rest, and breath created a rhythm that kept both body and mind clean. That's what we're missing today. Not willpower, but rhythm. Turning routine into ritual. A routine becomes a ritual the moment you add awareness. Drinking water can be gratitude, walking can be meditation, cooking can be an act of creativity. Consistency then becomes not just repetition, but reverence. Every small act, done with awareness, compounds not just health, but peace. When your day is full of such mindful moments, you don't need motivation to live well. Your life itself becomes motivation. The momentum loop. Momentum feeds consistency. Consistency builds confidence. Confidence fuels action. And action strengthens momentum again. This is the self-sustaining cycle the ancients mastered. Not through pressure, but through patience. Because when consistency becomes identity, discipline turns into ease. The return to simplicity. You don't need a 12-step system. You need one consistent rhythm that you protect, even if it's small. A short walk, a journal entry, a deep breath before sleep. Simplicity sustains, complexity collapses. And the body, when guided gently, always returns to balance. Ancient warriors didn't chase hacks. They repeated the basics until the basics became brilliance. Do the same with your health. Pause for a second. Take a breath. Ask yourself, what one action, done daily without fail, would shift my health this month? Not 10, not 5, just 1. Start there. Protect it. Honor it like a small flame that will one day become your inner fire, because your health doesn't need another promise. It needs consistency. It needs rhythm. It needs you to show up again and again until the doing becomes being. That's the secret the ancients knew. That's how you build momentum that never burns out.